Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are reviewing the new Charli XCX record, Charli. Charli XCX is an English singer-songwriter. She is of the electropop and dance pop vein. This is the delayed third studio album, which had its original lead single released back in 2016 with After the After Party. Charli went on to release a string of non-album singles. I was fairly lukewarm to cold on most of them, and none of them were really catching my attention in any way. Even with the release of 1999 featuring Troye Sivan, I wasn't convinced that any album would pan out with the songs that Charli was working with. It made me extremely cautious and hesitant coming into this album, knowing that I wasn't a big fan of Charli's music in the past outside of her hit feature on Iconopop's I Love It. Thankfully, the song that turned my feelings right around for this album's release was Blame It On Your Love featuring Lizzo, which I was instantly enamored by for its self-aware love blame game attitude, and Lizzo's feature, she has absolutely killed it this year. Diving into the album, it wastes no time hitting you with 4 of the stronger songs on the project all in a row. Charli opens up a universe where we have extravagant synthesizers control and direct a lot of the musical style and tunes. However, the synthesizers don't stop Charli from flaunting her commanding vocals, as the intro cut Next Level Charli emphasizes itself as one of the stronger vocal-led tracks on the album. The track Gone slowly adds in the chopped and processed vocals that will dominate much of the album's later runtime, but I think it exemplifies this fine balance of futuristic production and solid pop songwriting with an absolutely sticky as all hell chorus perfect for the club. The tune has only grown on me since its release with the album. 1999 featuring Troye Sivan is another tune that has only grown on me since its initial single release in 2018. It's nice to hear Troye work outside of his usual lane of sad pop bangers and see him on something bouncy and lighthearted. Cross You Out featuring Sky Ferreira has some gleeful melisma on the vocals, which is amusing to sing along with. The futuristic and experimental production continues on the song Click, which has some trap inspiration, as well as the song Warm, where we have Haim be a feature on this one. And I'll admit, I haven't been the biggest Haim fan this year for their material that they've come out with together, or Danielle being on the Vampire Weekend project. And it's really not much of a surprise for me to be not on the same page with this song too for Charli's record. This one just feels like it's being taken out of the Tory Lanez playbook, which is certainly an odd influence to have, and I admire the attempt to do something completely different, but it doesn't suit this artist and Haim. Picking things back up with a great track, we have Thoughts, which has a cocoon of synthesizers. It's absolutely colorful, vivid, and showy. White Mercedes has some radiant falsettos that blossom into confident and striking chorus melodies. A little bit more about the song Click. This one has a vulgar delivery of vocals, and it makes the word click sound sexual, but it's tolerable enough to sit through just to hear the overblown and trippy breakdown at the end of the track, which is a must-hear highlight on this album. Moving on from there, the track Silver Cross has some EDM synth patterns which are noisy and abrasive, and they are really crisp. Very glitzy and cutting edge. A lot of this album is sounding like it's made in the future. But what really drives home this song, Silver Cross, is the throbbing drums that creates this steady pulse to provide the rhythm for the track. I'm even surprised with the feature on this album from Clairo. She kind of blends in, doesn't really play much of a big part, but compared to her solo album from earlier this summer, I'm impressed. Clairo teams up with Yaji on the track February 2017, where we have these reflective and dreamy synthesizers that are so hypnotic they will just put you into a trance. In wrapping up this album, it only makes sense that we have another song named after a year, but instead of being 1999, we have 2099. And we're moving ahead 100 years with Troye Sivan, obviously. He's still going to be alive at that time. Kidding aside, this album is just that futuristic that's trying to pin down a sound 100 years from now. Now, with the positives out of the way, this album has a few bumps and bruises along the way with a track like I Don't Want to Know. It has some heavily reverbed snares and vocals. The falsettos on this one are a little exaggerated and strained to become really breathy. Sure, the track is expansive in its atmosphere, but it repeats the melodies far too many times without much variation, making it one of the stale songs on the project. And unfortunately, the last song that I will be analyzing here is my least favorite on the project. This one is entitled Shake It, featuring Big Freedia, Cupcake, Brooke Candy, and Pablo Vittar. Absolutely disgusting verse from Big Freedia, overdone production that is so processed, it is garbled, and it is just headache-inducing. Also, the thing that really rubs me the wrong way with this track is how the volume levels of the synths and percussion, they are clashing beyond belief. The volume of the vocals is off too. We have some artists whisper louder than others, and it comes out of nowhere when we have the mix ramp up Charli's hook for something so blaringly obnoxious. After looking at the feature that Charli lended to Brooke Candy on her track Triple Ecstasy, it starts to make sense why I wouldn't like this song called Shake It. And really going into the negatives about this album as a whole, it's the gadgets and production that might be overdone in some places that can distract from the form and melodies of songs. However, it's the negatives that can also act as the positives when things are balanced properly. At least we have Charli, who is trying so hard to craft a pop song that is keeping in mind something futuristic, but also something that is popular now. She finds that equilibrium for the most part on a lot of these songs with the glitchy production and the pop hooks. She's like the George Jetson out here writing out pop bangers for the next 100 years. I certainly believe that with the songs Blame It On Your Love and Gone. Those are pop jams for the summer and beyond that, hopefully. And overall, this album is sleek. It has a cool composure to it. Charli is sounding incredible. A lot of the tracks, even if they don't fully resonate with me, they're solidly put together with excellent production. And I have to give a shout out to Nomak, A.G. Cook, Umro, and Dylan Brady, among others. I'm feeling a 7 out of 10 on this one, and I'm happy to recommend this as a futuristic pop kind of album. So yeah, sound off down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of this Charli XCX record. Do you think this is going to pave the pathway for pop music down the road, or do you think it just sounds like garbage? Love to hear from you. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a rockin' day.